people need to have this resiliency when it comes to building a company. And if you're not in a place to where, it's a lonely journey. It's lonely sometimes. You can have a business partner and you can have all that, but being a founder is lonely because you're constantly telling yourself that you're good enough, right? When you don't feel good enough.
Hey, we're here in wrapping up Investment Week 23.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Lorel.
Thank you.
I'm here with Lorel Scott, co-founder of StartupStarter.
Mm-hmm.
Lorel, how does it feel?
It feels good. I think that when you're putting something like this together, we spend so much time on it. We've been doing it all year. And we had a mission. We had a very distinct way of how we wanted this to look, how we wanted it to feel for people, who we wanted to be able to connect together in one place. I think we did. I think we pulled it off. We had to pull a rabbit out the hat with everything.
Yes, you did.
With everything going on and pivots but when you're a startup, you're very resilient. You're gonna go and you're gonna have mistakes. You're gonna learn from things, and you're just gonna continue to move.
That's right, and you did it gracefully. And everyone
I feel like I did.
You did.
Okay.
And just like you said, resiliency is so important as entrepreneurs. We're always pivoting. We're always adjusting. So you've survived that. It's amazing. So tell me about all the exciting milestones you've achieved and what you're about to accomplish.
So what's been most exciting for us is we have stuck to our mission this entire time, right? Is how do we touch 1 million founders in 10 years, right? And so all of that plays into that. So not only do we have an annual conference, we're a media and fintech company. So we're at the center of entrepreneurship, retail investing, alternative assets. But we want to put a different spin on how we go about things because we're hip and we're cool. We're founders, right? And so the founders take culture and everything into account. So we wanted to make sure that we included art, music, entertainment, influencers, right? So bringing some of the biggest names and some of the biggest people from these large companies who are leading the way in innovation, in technology, in the future. And so specifically when putting the conference together and spending all this time and just thinking about and curating the experience, we looked at who do we need to have in the room? And it needed to be the most influential minds in these industries. So whether it's Microsoft or Google or Peacock or NBC Universal, sports, any of that, we need to have the most influential minds in the building, while at the same time, they are the ones that are going to lead these investors to tell them what they should be investing in next.
That's right.
Right? Because not all investors know what they should be investing in. They want to know where do I put my money, right? And so that's why we bring them in this into this experience. While at the same time, because investors are going to be there, we bring the startups who need the money from these investors to showcase their product, to pitch their startup, to be able to have access to that. Because as a minority founder myself, as well as my co-founder being a minority Latino founder, access is what we needed to create. So we've had the opportunity to be in the room, create community for ourselves. We have a massive amount of connections and community for ourselves. How do we get people that look like us in these same rooms to get the access that we have the privilege of having?
And you did so much. Yeah. I have just watched and admired how you're hands-on in building every piece of this event experience. Yeah. So talk to me about where you get that from, that part of you that can create partnerships, that knows how to bring people together.
So it's funny. So growing up, I was, even though I'm outgoing, I'm outspoken, what people don't know about me is I'm still a little shy on the inside.
No way.
Yeah, I'm a little shy on the inside. I'm a little shy on the inside. Well, I was. I'll say I was. And so around the time I turned 30, everybody has that midlife crisis and they're trying to figure out what I'm gonna do in my life. I had already had goals in place, right? So one of my goals, which is kind of relevant to this question you asked me, was that I wanted to own my own house by the time I turned 30, right? So before I turned 31, I closed and I built my own house. Right?
Congrats.
So that was a milestone. But I think what happened was when I turned 30, and excuse my language here in a second, is I used to care what people thought about me. right? And everyone does it to a certain extent, but I still used to care what people think about me. And then, which made me shy to get on stage and get me to talk. Right. And then I realized that I'm actually funny.
You are. You're really funny.
Since I am funny, I've been cracking myself up. But since I realized like I'm funny and all my friends laugh at my jokes, I started like, I was like, I don't give a shit what people think about me. Like, I'm gonna be me. You're either gonna like it or you're not.
Yes.
And 3 years ago, when I was working in corporate America, and a lot of times I was the only African-American male in the room or LGBTQ man in the room, like, I was just like, oh, wow, like, that's my superpower, actually. And my funniness is my superpower. Yes. How I talk is my superpower. How I dress is my superpower. People see me and they're like, oh my God, you're fly. I'm like, yeah.
You are fly.
I'm gonna continue to be that way. But when I became a full-time entrepreneur, I literally said, you know what? Like, I don't need any of these button-ups anymore. I don't need any of these polos anymore. So I throw them out. So I wear my t-shirts. I wear my founder wear. That's what I call it. We have coming soon, founder wear.
I love that, by the way.
Yeah. So we'll talk more. We'll see more of that. But I just started getting into a place to where like I didn't care what people thought about me, and I realized like talking to people and just on a human level made people like more resonate with me more. And what's really interesting is that when it comes to just the business side, we're so consumed in emailing people, but there's this culture right now of ghosting, right? We hear ghosting in relationships, and you're dating someone. It's like when you're meeting people and you're creating these relationships, like you're going out on a date with them. The first date is that first Zoom call. Right. And so I create a connection with them. I find alignment. And one of the things I really like to do is when I get on the phone with people or someone's introducing me to someone, they bring them on the phone with me, and I let them speak first. Right? You know, always ladies first, right? With everyone, I let them speak first, because while they're speaking to me and telling me about them and just going on about themselves, I am immediately finding an alignment in how I can work with them, how I can help them, who I can introduce them to, right? And that creates that connection that allows me by the end of that call to get them off of email and into a text message type of relationship, to where I can just text them and say, hey, I need you. Hey, can you help me? Hey, who do you know? Hey, I want to introduce you to someone, right? And that's where I'm able to create these relationships to have these amazing people come speak at the conference every year. And that level of relationship continues to grow, how I met you.
That's how we met.
That's how we met. And so I continue just to take that same approach with everyone, and just, be a genuine person.
And
I think there's so much power in being genuine. And you don't have to be fake. You don't have to, like, you can smile, but I'm always trying to find alignment with people.
And you do it so well, so natural. It's not plastic. It's
I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm gonna give you that face like.
You will. And you have a great smile, great energy about yourself. And people, I could see how magnetic you are. People are drawn to you, and it's just very pure. So just for being you, thank you for that.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that we've become friends over this time.
Yeah, this is not the end of our relationship.
I know.
We're on a text message basis.
So much to come. Okay, now speaking of what's coming.
Okay.
What can everyone expect for Investment Week 24?
So StartupStarter is more than just Investment Week 2024. So we're a media and fintech company. So we're creating the first all-in-one real-time data and analytics, due diligence, and capital raising platform specifically for the private markets. Because if you think about it, since the 70s, right? Since Apple, right? And since raising capital in general, even when it comes to minorities, there's always this idea of there's 2% of minorities get venture capital funding.
That's right.
Right? Part of that is because we have been conditioned to raise capital by showing a pitch deck, right? Why do I need to show a pitch deck? And why is that the reason I get money? Why is it that if I have a great pitch deck and someone else has a great pitch deck, both of us can't get money, but if you're a minority, you may not get the same treatment, right? So we want to strip that away. This is not specifically why we're doing it, it's a piece of it. But when you look at the stock market, or you look at blockchain and you look at crypto and all of that, when you invest in those things, you're not looking at the color of the founder. You're looking at the numbers.
Exactly.
You're looking at the data of what is performing, what's doing good. I'm gonna drop my money in there. And so why can't we do that with the private market companies? And so we're building our own markets for private companies to where investors can see real-time data on companies so they can make a more informed decision of what their investment is going to be, how much they're going to invest, but also it's based on the data and growth of a company and a place for them to manage their portfolios. There's no real centralized place. And so where we're going is because we do this specifically, so because there's no one place that's synonymous for entrepreneurship, right? If your kid says, I don't want to go to college, I want to start my own company, where are you going to send them? Right now, you're going to send them to YouTube. Go learn on YouTube. We want to be the Amazon for entrepreneurship, what Google is to search, right? For companies to help them be able to raise capital faster. And so this platform, usually when you're building a startup, they want you to solve for one thing. What are you solving for? No, we're solving for startups and we're solving for investors at the same time. Right, with this platform, we are on the path to closing our round in the next few weeks, and so
congratulations!
Yeah, it just from here is just
That's
up,
wonderful.
And we'll do the conference again, and we'll do satellite stuff, and we've made so many great partnerships this year that it's an exciting venture for us.
Well, thank you for just creating this space.
Absolutely.
And we need this.
Yes, we do.
We need this. Entrepreneurs are all over the world trying to figure things out, navigating everything on their own. Yeah. And now there's StartupStarter that can change that.
Absolutely.
And for doing that, thank you for that.
Thank you. No, thank you for helping me showcase it.
Of course. That's what we're here for. Yeah. And I'm just so proud of you. I see Mom in the room.
Yes.
Hey, Mom. And oh, well, yes. So we got to shout out Mom. And is there anybody else you want to
listen? I want to thank all of the people that support us, all of my friends that support me. My best friend was just right before I came in this room. My best friend was just like, "Hey, I want to see you. Like, I don't want to see you like not getting sleep. I want to see you continue to build this thing." He was like, "But I want you guys to really keep focusing on the product and just get more people that really can help you to scale this." But yeah, I want to thank my business partner. We work so hard. We have many war rooms, right? Everyone has different ideas. We work two different sides of the business. And so we're very much, over the last 3 years of starting this company, we've really realized our strengths, our weaknesses, and to also play within the lanes that we do our best in. Like, if you just look at our branding, right? Like, our branding is amazing.
It's amazing.
But if you ask me to do our branding would look like this wall, okay? So I don't do the branding, right? I deal with the people.
You know your lane.
I know my lane.
Okay.
I'm more of the checks and balances. And so when the branding hits and the website hits and it comes down, I'm the one who goes through and say, function, click. It works, right? Or I'll say, hey, we need to change this, or we need to add this. I come from the user experience side, whereas they're coming from the user experience side, but I'm diving into it more. And I also get feedback from our partners and what they think, and I bring that to the team. But we know our lane, right? And I love to, I'm an interior designer by nature. And so I love to really look at things and see how aesthetically it's going to feel and look for people. Well, at the same time, my business partner, he's like, no, strategy, data, all of those things. I'm like the one that's super optimistic. Like, no, we can do this. We can do whatever we want. We don't got money. We'll find the money. Let's go get it, right?
We'll find it,
right? I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna go turn over all the rocks, leaves, whatever.
It's out there. You'll find it.
Right? Some of it look like money, but it ain't
I know
money.
You'll find it.
And so in doing that, it really allows us, and separating the business in that way, it really allows us to achieve everything that we want to achieve. Because now I have the opportunity to say, okay, oh, that's the strategy you want. Oh, that's who you want. Cool, I got you. I'll go get them. Right? And I just go. Because if I don't care if you're Barack Obama, Elon Musk, who else?
Oprah.
Oprah. Okay? I do not care.
Whoever it is.
If I got your number, I'm going to call you. And then I'm going to text you.
I know.
All of
I saw you in action.
Oh, I'm calling you. And then I'm going to text you and be like, oh, you need to know so-and-so. I'm going to connect you to them too.
That's valuable, by the way.
Yeah. And there's
valuable.
And listen, I come from sales. I sold the Yellow Pages for 7 years. The book.
How did you do that? You did it. So
I did it. It was actually really amazing. I was able to buy that home and build that home that I wanted off of the back of working for the Yellow Pages. I realized when I was in college, working at Sam's Club that I was good in sales. And that really kind of like propelled my career. And then I utilized my personality and who I am and just, my organicness to make more connections. And yeah, I love hard. I love my friends hard. And now it's just time for me to just continue to like pour that love into the work that I'm doing. Because one of the things that's very important to me, especially for founders, is mental health, right?
It is so important.
I went through a lot.
That's right.
Through this journey, right? From personal to business to personal finance to business finances, all those things that you go through as a founder. I went through a lot in this transition, this journey that really taught me to get in here and understand what my mind is saying to myself. And in doing so, it really helped me get more grounded. And I think that there is a certain level of grounding and that people need to have this resiliency when it comes to building a company. And if you're not in a place to where, it's a lonely journey. It's lonely sometimes. You can have a business partner and you can have all that, but being a founder is lonely because you're constantly telling yourself that you're good enough. Right? When you don't feel good enough and there's a no, you keep getting those no's. But I love the no's because the no's help me get to the yeses.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? And so now I'm just in a place where like, how can I share that knowledge? And so we really try to even like bring in the younger generation at the same time.
And you're doing just that. Thank you for inspiring so many people. It's your story and just hearing your inspiration. It means a lot to see what's possible.
Anything's possible.
It's all possible.
Yeah, just do it. Like
Nike
did not play when they made that. Just do it.
And speaking of, they need to give you an endorsement on the kicks because you're rocking these.
Come on, Nike.
These Nikes.
Send me some kicks.
Yes. I just want to reiterate just the fact that I am just so proud of you.
Thank you.
And we need this in the community. Thank you for just helping founders be seen. What you said on stage resonates with me. Being a serial entrepreneur myself, needing these types of resources, needing community. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's
thank
my
you
pleasure.
For having us
my
this
pleasure.
year.
Doing
Backstage
all
interviews.
Everyone.
Thank you to everyone.
But the crazy part about it is, let me see. That's where you talk about community. She literally offered to come and do behind the scenes for us. And when you told me that, I was like, for real? You're like, yeah, we'll do it. I'll take over your social media. I'm like, what? I need that.
I'm
I need
right
that.
here.
And you're here. You did it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lorel. I'm so glad we met.
I'm so glad we met.
Thank you.
And we'll do it again next year.
We will.
2024 investment
2024. We're gonna do it. Do it big.
Big.
We say in Texas, go big or go home.
I don't know about Texas. Texas.
Oh yeah, I'm in Texas, so it's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.